Keychron kind of out of the blue dropped their C1 and C2 keyboard, and boy oh boy, its value is absolutely unmatched. Hello everyone, today I'll be talking about the new Keychron C1 mechanical keyboard. For those of you who don't know about the Keychron, they make wireless mechanical keyboards with various layouts starting from the 60% to the full size. They kind of burst into the mechanical keyboard scene for two reasons. Number one, the endless modding opportunity due to having the Hotswappable PCB, and number two, they're being wireless and supports Mac, which is pretty rare in the mechanical keyboard scene. Now, Keychron C1 and C2 is their entry-level mechanical keyboard offering, starting from just $45 that comes with a Gateron mechanical switches, detachable Type-C interface, dual slot ABS keycaps, and both Windows Mac support. Spend $10 more and we'll be getting the 5-pin Hotswappable variant. And today I'll be sharing my thoughts on this specific one. The one that I've got has a Gateron brown switch, but you can get it in Gateron red and Gateron blue variant as well. So let's unbox it first. First, it's the instruction on how to put in switches, meaning it's indeed the Hotswap variant. And now the manual, which I'll need to read this time around to understand how the function works, since this doesn't have any sort of software support. The extra set of keycaps for Windows, and the braided Type-C cable. Finally, a wired keycap puller with the switch puller made by the devil himself. Yes, I absolutely hate this switch puller. And just to know, this doesn't have any sort of wireless connectivity option. And now finally the keyboard. To be fair, it's quite good looking out of the box. The one that I've got here has the white backlit variant. Now let's talk about the build. It's solid with full plastic frame, no flexor whatsoever, and it's pretty lightweight. It has 4 rubber feet and adjustable kickstand to ensure ergonomic hand gesture while typing. Out of the box, this comes with multiple color toned OEM profile double shot ABS keycaps with textures, which I have been liking a lot recently. At least it will take time to wear out, unlike the one from HyperX. Yeah, I'm talking about the Alloy Origins core. The stock keycaps with the clean fonts give the keyboard a pretty decent look. What I have understood is that Keychron designed these keyboards considering its usage in workspace, which is reflected in their communication as well. This keyboard will fit just fine in your working space. In fact, that's what I've been doing for quite some time. As I've said earlier, I've got the white backlit LED variant. The LEDs are north facing, they are quite bright and looks quite good in a dark environment. It does have some effects that you can cycle through, adjust the brightness as per your need. There is no way to control it through the software. You can also get the RGB variant if you decide to put in a bit more money. Personally, I'm fine with the white color LED variant. Speaking of the software, no QMK or VAC compatibility, and there isn't any software to control the lighting, remap key, create macros or whatsoever. Although you can use some third-party apps like SharpKeys, but that's something I didn't like. I think the software is the place where Keychron keyboards does fall a bit behind. So do keep that in mind while buying the keyboard. Keychron got to amp up the software game. But hey, I didn't actually mind because many keyboards in this price bracket lack a good software, so I think that's fine considering its price. Do remember while getting the RGB variant or higher variant of C1 on C2. Okay, the main reason I got this keyboard actually is it has the 5-pin Hotswappable PCB. Meaning you can try almost any Chori MX style switches out there in the world or replace any defective switches. No need to desolder the PCB, just plug and play. Since this is a 5-pin PCB, so there is no issue with PCB mount switch compatibility. The Hotswap sockets felt okay and well sorted into them, but I will take a deep dive on this during my future follow-up video where I'll pimp this keyboard. To get the best out of this keyboard, I have bought in 6 sets of Gateron switches including the blue, red, clear, yellow, green and black for a pretty damn reasonable price. And in future I do have planned to get some Box switches. The reason why I am saying this is that this is the perfect budget board to try out all those new switches out there. But do remember that the Hotswap sockets have a lifetime of 100 times, so you won't be able to do it forever. The typing test will be at the end of the video, so stay tuned to that. Now, speaking of the stock switch, this one comes with a Gateron brown switch. It's a tactile switch meaning no clicky sound. It has an actuation force of 45 gram with 2 mm of actuation distance, 4 mm of bottom up distance with 50 gram of bottom up force. Moving from cherry reds, initially it was a bit weird experience, and to be honest I wasn't feeling the tactility at all. Although after some time I've started to feel the minuscule level of tactility, and to be fair I'm loving it. Just a disclaimer that many of the folks don't like the tactility of it, and it's quite understandable. The switch sound while bottoming out is a bit of a high pitch, and we'll definitely see that during the sound test. I do have a plan to loop this to get the best possible sound and experience. If you don't like the brown, you can also opt for the Gateron red and blue ones from the get-go, like I've said earlier. Now, speaking of the stabilizers that make or break a keyboard, these are quite decent for the price I think. They have been mildly lubed from the factory, but they feel a bit inconsistent in terms of lubing. There were reports of poor stabilizers in the early batches, but my unit doesn't have any of such. Also, the case inside is quite empty, and as such the case ping is pretty permanent. Let's hear it a bit. If you don't like the stock stabilizers, you can easily replace it, mod it or lube it, provided that you are getting the Hotswap variant. But hey, at stock it's a whole lot better than the crappy stabilizers of the HyperX Alloy FPS Pro. Enough of the chit chat, now let's hear the sound test of Keychron C1. For all the gamer boys and girls out there, there's nothing to worry about. This keyboard has NK rollover. In my experience, the Gateron Brown has been quite decent while gaming, but you can opt for the Gateron Reds if you want a silent and smoother gaming experience. And now, what sets this keyboard apart from many others? The price and absolute bang for buck offering. For just $55 you'll be getting a decently built keyboard with 5-pin Hotswappable PCB where you can put in whatever the switches you want to. Having the Hotswappable PCB means you can do all other sorts of modding like lubing and modding the stabilizers and change things up. In short, this is an ideal keyboard for someone willing to go the extra miles to get the best out of it and jump into the pithole of the mechanical keyboard scene. It has a good look and feel stock keycaps, pretty bright LED, detachable Type-C cable option and interesting support for Mac. I think even the non-hot swap variant for $45 is an absolute steal. This keyboard is definitely going to shake up the $50 to $60 price segment. I will be using it for a significant period, trying out our various switches, fixing some of the issues, changing the keycaps, and will share my thoughts on them. So stay tuned to the channel to see me pimping the hell out of Keychron C1. But if you ask me whether this is a good buy, I would say yes. Based on my almost 6 weeks of usage experience, what I can say that this is a solid keyboard to have, especially for the people interested in trying out new stuffs in the mechanical keyboard scene. One advice is, if you are tight on budget, do get the white backlit one, since the lack of software means the RGB is kind of useless. So that's it for today. Hope this helped you in your buying decision. Do share your thoughts and questions in the comment section, and until then,